When you walk into most mechanical shops, you wouldn't be surprised to see a 32 Ford with a V8 in it getting some electrical work done. Pretty standard stuff. But here at Glen Eden Auto Electrical, there's a REPU here, and they are rare, like rocking horse rare. Good afternoon, Matt.
Hey Nick.
How you going? So we're at Glen Eden Auto Electrical, and this is Matt's lovely REPU that I just showed you in the intro shot. Now there's lots more to talk about here in the back of the shop, but let's go over some of the interesting points of this thing, because this is quite rare.
It's relatively rare.
Yeah.
It's one of 3 74 models registered. They were North American market only, rotary powered little ute.
So we didn't get them in the South Pacific, obviously.
No, they're all left-hand drive. They're all 13B. Select a few are maybe automatic,
Yeah.
which I've never seen, but yeah.
Interesting, it's 6-lug.
Sure it is, mate. It's a truck.
Yeah, I suppose this is actually what Americans would probably want to call a truck anyway. Let's pop the bonnet first, because we've all got to see that it's not a dinky 4-cylinder engine. Interesting.
No 4-cylinder, just a ratty old rotary.
So since you picked this up, have you done anything to this, or have you just left it as it is?
It had a pretty unique dual Weber DCD carburetor set up on it.
Yeah.
Wasn't running too crash hot, and limited availability of jets and things. I happened to have the IDA sitting around at home, so we fitted that to it.
Yeah.
Realistically, that's about it.
It still looks, somewhat apart from the shiny bits, like it's just as it was when it was created.
Yeah, I suppose other than the odd bits of chrome which is flaking off, and factory blue Mazda air cleaner, probably does look relatively stock.
Yeah, yeah. And now that you've got this, what is it going to be? Just something that sits in the garage? Will you take it out, show it to people, or...?
Not allowed to play with it until, until finishing several other projects, so for now it's going to stay looking like a bit of a farm truck.
Yeah, because you are, I guess, one of few people in New Zealand that are rotary people and do a lot with rotaries. Look at that smile on your face.
Yeah, I don't know whether I should be proud about that or not, but it is somewhat true.
So Matt here, he's the rotary guy at least in Auckland I know. So he's obviously built a few of them as well. And this one is, at some stage, going to be the next one.
Some stage.
Some stage.
A couple of years' time, maybe pounding paint in a more furious power plant, but
Yeah.
until then.
Let's check out some of the other things you've been working on. Put that away. What's been happening with this 32 Ford?
Custom chassis, crate motor, traditional hot rod rig, fiberglass body, as all the steel ones are probably either far too expensive to buy or far too hard to find now.
Yeah. What's your job on this one?
We're rewiring the car from scratch. Well, should I say wiring the car from scratch rather than rewiring it.
Yeah.
There's a supplied fuse box with a bit of wiring and labelling and stuff going on.
I guess no ECUs required on this one.
No ECU here.
Yeah.
Fairly generic sort of aftermarket electronic ignition distributor. Get
So all
away from points and all the horrible stuff that hot rodders are famous for.
Yeah. And then on the inside, is it much the same, or is it pretty stripped out?
At this stage it's pretty bare. It's got quite a nice sort of traditional looking instrument cluster going in it. All the necessary details.
Interesting. Yeah. Not reinventing the wheel here, just standard stuff.
Nah, just sort of typical original looking hot rod stuff.
What's this one, Matt?
This is Karls Clubsport.
This is a customer of yours, isn't it?
Absolutely. Problem with this thing is it likes throwing off the blower belt. So we've had
Just
a
this guy right here.
few custom pulleys made with the wall on them.
Yep.
When Karls doing stupid things, which we thoroughly enjoy, like burnouts.
Using 600 kilowatts of available power.
It has a habit of trying to split the blowout off when the inertia of the supercharger is really high.
Yeah.
So we've made a few adjustments to the belt system, and slowly but surely it's staying on there more often than not.
And I saw Daniel working on this before. That's the cooling pipe, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're upgrading the interchiller system. There's a large water pump in the boot supplying water through the interchiller and the front mounted cooler to try and keep intake air temps relatively useful.
Yeah. How much would supercharger increase the air temperature?
A lot.
A lot.
Depends how hard it's getting thrashed and how often.
Yeah, and if you're spinning it too hard as well.
Yeah, there is also water meth being blown through the blower as well.
Ah.
The intake pipe is not currently fitted, but...
Where's the meth system? Is that in the boot, is it?
In the boot.
Okay. And what else have we got in here? I just saw something yellow and furious. Is this
We've got a squash banana here.
squash banana?
It's a old school Civic, Starlet,
Yeah.
which originally had a little 2E turbo engine.
Yep.
This one's been fitted with a 4AGZE from a MR2.
It does too. It does fit.
Just
Just
had some...
original mounts or
Not really.
not really? No.
Original mounts in aftermarket places.
Yeah.
Notch chassis rail, obviously. Put the larger supercharged LSD transmission in there.
Yeah.
Custom axle, all sorts of fun stuff.
And it's tight in here. I mean, there's still room in the front, but it is tight.
It gets a whole lot worse when the radiator and intercooler are fitted.
Yeah. Think about it. There's no radiator in here at the moment, or intercooler. Yeah. Better you than me, man. Better you than me.
Very kind.
Once this is done, this will be a happy little wee track car, or track rat, I guess.
Should be somewhat exciting to try and put the power through the front wheels.
Yeah. What would it make in terms of power?
Depends on how much boost you try and ram through it, I suppose, but 300 to 350 at the tyres wouldn't be out of the question.
For something this small, that'd actually be quite useful. It'd be quite fun and lively.
Traction depending.
Traction depending. Yeah.
We plan, where possible, to put some rear wheel speed data into the haltech ECU
Yeah.
to try and come up with some sort of traction strategy and keep the thing going forward rather than cross the track.
What ECU would this one use?
Haltech Elite 1500 is going in here.
Okay. I see some axle shafts there.
Yep, that's the original passenger's side shaft,
Yeah.
and that's the custom one we've had made to try and get the wheels to fit under the guards.
How much of a difference is that? That's about an inch.
About that much.
About that much. So it's not a what's it called? Plug and play.
Not a plug and play job, no.
Not a plug and play, unfortunately. That's cool. Hey, thank you very much for the quick tour around the shop today, Matt.
No worries.
Now, I will be back in 4 weeks' time. Matt's one of the few shops that I'll be coming and seeing on a regular basis to see what they're up to and how things progress. What will I see here when I come next time? Anything?
Probably this Starlet, still waiting for parts.
Okay. Alex King will be out of the door.
Hope so.
Yeah, we hope so. It's not.
Severely hope so.
It's not far off. There's a orange Toyota Corolla here that has a rotary in it. That will be a quick one.
That'll be gone.
Yep. This Volvo won't be here.
Hopefully everything else will be gone.
Yep.
Maybe not the 32.
Now, when will we get to see one of your track cars?
Never.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Never.
I want to see one of the track cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll bring one down. Or go-karting. Where's your go-kart?
My go-kart's in the trailer, ready to go to the track this weekend.
Now you're off to Taupo, aren't you?
Off to Tokul, yep. I'm not racing it this weekend. It's going down as mostly a large collection of spare parts.
Yeah. Okay.
And hopefully they won't be needed.
So I'm faster than you on the go-kart track. We all know this.
You're taller and better looking as
I'm
well.
taller and better looking, so no surprises there. I can beat Matt anyway. So thank you very much for checking out today's episode. We'll catch up with Matt in 4 weeks and talk to you then. Cheers.